Our foreign policy is not wholly dependent on the whims of Israel. Of course, we have, acting in lots of parts of the world that have nothing to do with Israel, but it is unduly influenced by the concerns of Israel. And in some cases, the U.S. government has acted, and these are all well known. The Iraq War, for example, has acted in ways that hurt the United States in order to help Israel. It has put the aims of a foreign power above its own interests. And that's immoral. It's extremely unpopular domestically, and it just doesn't work over time. That's not sustainable. There's no way to justify that. So rather than trying to justify it, they scream at people and tell them to be quiet and read them out of the movement and call them names and threaten them. Foreign policy really doesn't have much to do with what's good for the United States. And once those words have been uttered, they can't be taken back, and they change people's minds, and the polls reflect the fact that they have.
Do you agree with Tucker? Comment below.
The Republican Party completely betrayed its voters by obsessing over Israel. That's just a fact. It's a country of 9 million people. Why is that the center of our conversation? It's 9 million people, no resources. The only strategic value Israel has is the extent to which we have to defend Israel. But take that out, and there's no value at all. And I'm just saying, we're a country of 350 million people. We're the most important country in the world. Practically every member of Congress spends all day talking about Israel. But what the hell is this?
But wait.
And then it's shut up, you can't talk about it.
Do you agree with Tucker? Comment below.
Foreign flags in the Congress? Are you joking? Get out.
How can somebody pledge allegiance to two countries at the same time? And is that something that we should be allowing?
I think your question says it all. Obviously, that's absurd. I quote the New Testament, but I also refer to common sense when I say that no man can serve two masters. It's not possible. You can only really pledge your loyalty to one person or one country. That's just a fact. I think anybody, by the way, who serves in a foreign military should lose his citizenship immediately. There are a lot of Americans who've served in the IDF. They should lose their citizenship. You can't fight for another country and remain an American, period.
I think you can have any opinion you want on Israel. I'm not actually that interested. I personally like Israel, whatever. The red line for me is, this is my country. My birthright is free speech. God gave me that right. And if you're telling me what I'm allowed to say in my country, you're my enemy. It's just kind of that simple. You can't tell me what to say or think, period, because I'm an American.
You cannot enter a discussion with an Israel defender without them immediately accusing you of being a racist if they disagree with you. Oh, you're an anti-Semite. Try and have an argument. Criticize Israel just a little bit and count down the number of seconds before you get accused of being motivated by bigotry and hatred. And these are the people who say, oh, I hate the tactic of accusing everyone you disagree with of being a racist. That's their only tactic, their go-to tactic. The minute you question, why is the U.S. financing Israel's military in its wars when it not only hurts our own country, but when millions of Israelis are having better standard of living than millions of Americans? You're a Jew hater, you hate, you have some kind of problem with Jews. So it's the same tactic there.
Do they say that to you?
Constantly. Being Jewish is not in any way, does not give you any kind of immunity from that accusation, zero.
What I'm not in favor of is moving in radical directions on behalf of a foreign country whose interests are not the same as ours. Why would you want to be radical on behalf of another country?
Right. It makes no sense.
Well, it's unpatriotic.
Yes.
It's totally wrong. And it's America last. It's also a form of treachery, subverting our foreign policy on behalf of another country that I wasn't not a citizen of that country. This is my tax dollars. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. We're paying for them. And we paid for the Israeli strikes on Iran. And I've said this to anyone who will listen. I think this will end the Republican Party. I don't think they're going to get elected to anything anytime soon after this if they don't pull back and establish independence from this Israel or any other foreign power. It's not about Israel. It's about letting any other foreign country run your country. You can't have that.
Do you agree with
Everyone
Tucker?
hates it.
Comment
It's super
below.
There is no chosen people. The Christian message is universal. God does not prefer you because of your DNA or anyone else because of their DNA. Period.
The Zionists say, bless Israel and you'll be blessed, curse Israel and you'll be cursed. That mantra is a big, fat lie. Christian Zionism, created by Schofield, was largely responsible for the creation of the Zionist state of Israel. Without the Christian support for Zionism, it never would have been born, and it would never have been sustained, and it would never have grown unto the global monster that it is today. Zionist Israel birthed the Mossad and the Israel lobby, which have bullied and bribed American politicians into total and complete compliance to a bloodthirsty, warmongering, ethno-supremacist state that holds America hostage to its perpetual wars of aggression, ethnic cleansing, and genocide to this very day.
The Christian Zionists who are like, what is that?
Right.
And I could just say for myself, I dislike them more than anybody because it's Christian heresy and I'm offended by that as a Christian. And there are a lot like that. George W. Bush, all people I know personally who I've seen be seized by this brain virus, and they're not Jewish. And so I went and asked straightforward questions to Ted Cruz because that seemed like he was a sitting senator who's serving for Israel by his own description.
Do you agree with Tucker's take on Christian Zionism? Comment below.
This is the most prestigious board ever put together. I've seen some great corporate boards. I've seen some great boards, period. It's peanuts compared to this board. This building was built for peace, and nobody knew what to name it. And then Marco named it after me. I had nothing to do with it. I swear I didn't. I swear. I had no idea. They said, there's a surprise coming. I didn't know the surprise. I thought they were going to give me a lot of money or something, maybe cash. Could always use some extra cash. Looked up, and there it said, Donald J. Trump on the building. And when I say that had nothing to do, nobody believes it, and that's okay. But I appreciated it. That was Marco and JD and a group got together and they did that, and I just thought it was very nice. I'm excited to announce that Norway has agreed to host an event bringing together the Board of Peace. I thought when I saw this note, I'm excited to announce that Norway, I thought they were going to say that they're giving me the Nobel Prize. Oh, this is less exciting. It says, I'm excited to announce that Norway, and I'm saying, oh, great, I'm getting the Nobel Prize, finally. Finally, they got it right. But I don't care. No, I want to save lives, and I don't care about prizes. I want to thank Johnny and FIFA for all of the wonderful things they did and are doing. They gave me their first Peace Prize. They gave me a Peace Prize. I think they saw that I got screwed by Norway, and they said, let's give them a Peace Prize. Very good. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it.
Prezydent USA Donald Trump zobowiązał się przeznaczyć 10 miliardów dolarów z funduszy rządowych na swoją nową Radę Pokoju podczas jej inauguracji. Rada początkowo skupiała się na odbudowie strefy Gazy, ale od tego czasu rozszerzyła swój zakres działania. Spotkanie inauguracyjne, które zgromadziło w Waszyngtonie około 20 sojuszników z całego świata, odbyło się w momencie eskalacji napięć między Stanami Zjednoczonymi a Iranem.
But every dollar spent is an investment in stability and the hope of new and harmonious. It's a region that's so important, it's so vibrant, it's so incredible. The people are so incredible, but we want to have a harmonious Middle East.
Trump powołał tę inicjatywę po tym, jak Stany Zjednoczone wraz z Katarem i Egiptem wynegocjowały w październiku zawieszenie broni między Izraelem a Hamasem. Inicjatywa spotkała się z powszechną krytyką ze względu na swój niejasny charakter, w tym sposób, w jaki miałaby funkcjonować obok istniejących już instytucji takich jak Organizacja Narodów Zjednoczonych.
The United Nations will be, I think, is going to be much stronger, and the Board of Peace is going to almost be looking over the United Nations and making sure it runs properly.
Rada Pokoju skupiła się również na utworzeniu międzynarodowych sił stabilizacyjnych. Kilka krajów, w tym Indonezja, Maroko, Kazachstan, Kosowo i Albania, zobowiązało się do wysłania żołnierzy, by wesprzeć.
Listens, it holds the secrets of the dead. I whisper into the frost, and the frost whispers back. Shadows coil beneath the ice, their breath like broken glass. The wind carries names forgotten, etched in silence, carved in air. A crown of winter waits for no one. Its prophecy burns colder than fire. The ground remembers every step. Each footprint dissolves into omen. You cannot hide from the frozen truth, for even silence leaves a scar. And when the snow closes its mouth, the prophecy is all